Well, maybe you might like to hear a little more of some of the people that were members of this group who had died and came back. Voice, hi, it's Mabel. Voice was very faint at first. Hello, everybody, I'm here. Can you hear me? Audience, yes, we hear you. Mabel Hillman, for it was she, had been very well known to many of the audience as well as her husband, Rudy, who came in next. Rudy Hillman. Hello, this is Rudy. Of course, these people are in their own voices. Not quite the same, but very close, and so people recognize them, knew them. I mean, how much proof does people want, do the scientists want, you know? They'll come up with all kinds of reasons. They'll say, well, it's telepathy, it's trickery, it's this and that. There was no charge for any of this. There's no money involved. There's no reason for trickery. That's usually the only reason for trickery is to get money. Wasn't involved here. Anyway, get off my high horse. I'm here with Mabel. Margie was asking Jack if he wanted to go back to Earth. Nuts to it. I don't want any part of the Earth. I want to stay over here. Laughter from the audience. Mabel, I'm going to stay here too, over here too. I had so much to say. Her voice becomes emotional and tearful. And I've been wanting to come back for a long time. All of life is just wonderful now. I have all the dogs I want now. I have dogs everywhere. Mabel and Rudy, it was well known they loved dogs. They loved dogs. Rudy, we're glad to be here. We feel free, and I and Mabel are working all the time to bring out the things we were taught. We're together and very happy. Margie, that sounds like Rudy too. Well, kid, how about you tonight? Are you wanting to say a few words? Margie had turned her attention to someone else. Sonny clapped. Yes, it's about time. This is Sonny. Hello, everybody. Response from the audience. If you want to ask me questions, I'll answer them for you. Laughter from the audience. I'm not turning psychic, but I can answer some questions. This was a standing joke within the group. Bob Long from the audience. You heard any good jokes lately? Sonny, I certainly have, many of them. Laughter from the audience. We miss your jokes on the porch. Sonny, well, that was Bob Long speaking. Sonny, well, they were rusty, but we've got better ones over here. Laughter from the audience. I'm pretty glad to be here. I breathe better, I feel better, I walk around as if I own the place. Truly, I'm doing fine. I go to lots of places. I have an understanding that I wish everybody else had, and I met a lot of my friends, and more recently, we've had to help. Jack is doing fine. His whole life has changed too. But we both agree that this is one of the greatest things that has ever happened to anybody, and we wish that everybody in the whole world knew about this. And I'm surely glad I came to the lectures and prepared myself as I did. Now I look back and I know why I came, because I was preparing myself for the greater life over here. It will reflect on my loved ones, and that is what is so wonderful about it. Margie. He says it will reflect on his loved ones because as one advances over here in the astral world, they come very close to their loved ones. Of course, as you know, Sonny's work is going on as well, and his music shall live down through the generations to some, but Sonny will go on with his work and he will be of great help. Margie, last we have Bill Long with us. What do you want to ask him? Voice, how are you dressed tonight, Bill? Bill, I have on my white suit, white pants, and white coat. I like to wear it here. Do you dress the same as we do here? Yes, we mentally create the clothes we want. Another voice, how do you like living there, Bill? Bill Long, wonderful. Since I'm here, I don't have any pain anymore. I don't want any more for anything. I feel free here. Would you like to come back? Never. I wouldn't trade you. I wouldn't trade you at all. It is a pity that more of this type of conversation cannot be given to the general public. Well, it's being given now. Anybody who might listen. Uh, there's a difference between hearing a description of astral living from a third party or reading it in a book and hearing it from the lips of a former friend, now in the astral, who has gone before you, but whom you remember and recognize. In any case, Margie furnished us with an evening that we will not soon forget. I think it's pretty wonderful, don't you? I mean, we've got this great life ahead of us, and it'll be even better than we can imagine if we just try to do the right thing here. If people would only realize how extremely important it is to try to do the right thing. Not that they're always going to succeed, of course, but the ones that waste their life on just useless activities, selfish activities, and wrapped up just totally in self, are just missing the point so completely. I feel so sorry for them. You know. Anyway, I mean, serving, I understand service to others is the most important thing. It doesn't have to be necessary, you know, volunteering all your time in an organization, although that's wonderful, of course. And we should do that when we retire or have the time. If we don't have, you know, too many family requirements, it's wonderful. I think it's a very good thing and a very healthy thing for one's own state of mind. Very fulfilling. But those kind of things certainly advance the soul, our souls. And but it can just be a kind word during the day, you know. I mean, you go into a store and somebody has some difficulty that's serving you of some kind that's not necessarily their fault. Instead of snapping them their heads off and saying, you know, being impatient, you know, just say, don't worry, take your time, you know. I'm in no hurry, you know. I mean, be kind, you know. We shouldn't just waste our time and energy in being unkind to any degree, under any circumstances, you know. Anyway, I should have been a preacher, I think, you know. Okay, and I apologize if you know, it's not too acceptable. But if you're still with me, obviously you're finding it all interesting. We have many more recordings of some of these people, no doubt, and certainly many of the high masters and some of the more ordinary people that come through Richard's era. So, and science, don't ignore all this anymore. You know, the evidence is just overwhelming. You can't measure it in test tube. You're not going to find it there. Just use your common sense, you know. Millions of books all over the world of people's accounts of various experiences. It's not all in everybody's mind all over the world, especially when they have similar experiences all over the world, you know. Duh, you know. All right. Bye. So.